Yo, what's going on, y'all? We live. We live. Welcome to the podcast with Soul. My name is Sean G. Y'all already know that, man. You know who I am. You know what's up. It is Monday, 1:06 in the PM. Let me get this stuff up here, man. Welcome to the show. For those of you that are new, I go live like this. Stizzy, what's up, man? Stizzy always first in the building. Brooklyn in the house. There's my Patreon channel. I'm pinning my Patreon channel up in the live chat. It's the Patreon channel with Soul. It's $5 a month, exclusive content. And also over there, I have the option of a mentorship program for $100. Me and you can do some FaceTime work one-on-one. We could talk about some issues that you may have going on, relationship, life, confidence, anything like Stizzy, thank you for that like button, man. Shout out to Stizzy. If you sign up for the Patreon, I'm going to DM you. First of all, when you sign up, I'm going to DM you to thank you. And if you purchase the annual membership, which is $55, I'm going to DM you, and we probably could do some one-on-one stuff. And if you want to get deeper than that, we can definitely work that out. Today is Monday, September the 27th, 2021. I want to thank all of my new subscribers for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. I'm going to do something different. I was been a little bit reluctant to do this, with doing these topics and charging money for, but a lot of people have been suggesting that that's what I should do. I've asked some of my subscribers what they thought, some of the ones that have been rocking with me for a minute, and they said that they didn't really have any problem with it. They didn't see anything wrong with it. So I'm going to try it, man. So today we're going to call it Mentorship Monday, $5 topics, issues, and questions. If you super chat me $5 and you have a topic, a relationship issue, a life issue, you have a question about something going on, you don't know what to do, whether to go right, whether to go left or go straight or turn around, and you think I might be able to add some insight to your situation, super chat me $5 and I will do my best to address your situation. Dow futures are up 117. S&P futures are down 12. The NASDAQ futures are down 147. The Russell small caps are up 32. So the market is up. We're moving. I want to talk about Trucker Ron. What's up, man? I was just talking with somebody, man, and let me tell you, the universe is real, and what you put out into the universe will come back to you. What goes around comes around. What you put out will come back to you. And I've seen this happen in my own life. This isn't no type of mysterious, esoteric information that I've read. I have read upon it. I've heard people discuss it and talk about it, but this is something that happened in my own life, man. And you hear people talking about karma, but it is real, man. That's why I'm careful with how I talk to people. I'm careful with how I treat people, because what you put out will come back to you. Exactly. What you put out will come back to you with mathematical exactness. You know, and I want to talk to my young dudes in their 20s, man. I know a lot of times y'all see, you know, it may look like people that are doing wrong and they seem to be progressing. They seem to be having a good life, acquiring a whole bunch of material things. And they live in this shiny and flashy life. And they may be doing it by ill-gotten means. And it may seem like, you know, that's the way to go. But a lot comes with that. A lot comes with that. And what you don't see is the dark side of doing wrong. You know, when you're by yourself, when you've done wrong and you by yourself and you don't have peace of mind. You got the fly clothes on. You got the fly car. But you don't got peace. You see these people, you know, they're constantly looking over their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the constant worry, the constant anxiety of when it's all gonna come crashing down. You know, and then, you know, mentally, you know, you have to live with the wrong that you're doing. You know, and if you got any type of conscience, you're not gonna have peace. You know, and you know, you do things you think you be getting over, but you really don't be getting over. You just really be adding up a debt with the universe on your universal credit card that one day the universe is gonna tap you on your shoulder, knock on your door, and tell you that you got to pay up for all the wrong that you did to people. You know, and I was just talking to somebody, man, a friend of mine, you know, and we was talking about how, you know, family usually are the main ones that do the most foul shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel as though, you know, you won't do anything to them. You know, the people closest to you will be the ones that'll do the most harm. And, you know, all you got to do, man, is just sit back and wait. All you got to do is just sit back and wait. You know, their day is coming. Their day is coming. And I know some of y'all, you know, sometimes, you know, you can bring the karma back around yourself. You know, sometimes you can bring the karma back around yourself. Somebody do something to you, you can bring the instant karma back around yourself. But you have to be, I have to be mindful. We have to be mindful that we live in an age and in an era now where the first thing is, lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. And you could be 100% in the right. You could be 100% in the right. But somebody could do something to you and you could be in the right by taking revenge and avenging what was done to you. But you can end up in a whole bunch of shit by being right and doing right as a result of man-made law. Right? Somebody do something to you, you step to them, you bust them upside the head, right? And they deserved it because what they did brought that on. You didn't just go and do it for no reason. It was what they did to you. You bust them upside the head, the police come, boom. Now there's a police report, now you charge with something, battery, assault, or whatever the case. Now you got a court case. Now you got to spend money on lawyers. Now you got the stress of this case. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you? You have kids, you got a family, you got bills, and now you got to give this lawyer $10,000 to represent you, which is money that could be going for other things, behind some nonsense. But sometimes that's warranted, man. Sometimes that's warranted. And I don't have the answer for you. I don't have the answer for you. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I could do is I got to look at my situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 52-year-old man. I've done jail time before. It's not pleasant. I'm a single father of a 10-year-old son that loves me, that needs me. He needs me in his life. If I go out of my son's life, he is going to be devastated. He's going to be destroyed. I've been out of his life before. I was away from Lil Sean for about 16 months, but he was only 3.5 years old at the time. And by the time I reconnected with him, he was 5. Terrell Graybills, Mark S., Blessed Tone, Joe, all of y'all, David Andrews. If a man waits patiently by the side of a river, eventually the bodies of his enemies will float past. Check them out, y'all. And when I got out of prison, he was 5. So he didn't really understand. He knew I was gone. But he didn't understand it like he would now at the age of 10. So, I have to play the tape all the way through with myself, right? And me being a spiritual man, Lucky Marino, me being a spiritual man, and me finally learning how to live right and not complicate my life with my choices and my decisions. Because as a younger man, that's exactly what I did. I complicated my life because I was young, my youth. I didn't know any better. I didn't have any wisdom. But now at 52, I should no longer be complicating my life. Once you get in your 40s, you should no longer be doing things to make your life harder. And, all you got to do is lay back. All you got to do is lay back, man. Public sector, what up? And it don't feel good, but you got to understand that you're operating within a system of laws that are not suited for certain things, man. There are universal laws that are superior to man-made law. And you consciously know that. You consciously know that. In your heart and in your soul. But you have to think about the man-made law first, because we're living in a man-made world, right? Somebody comes, sorry about that, y'all. Somebody comes on your property. Somebody comes on your property and steals your lawnmower, or comes on your property and steals your weed whacker, right? And you know they did it. You saw them, you caught them on camera, you go. See, the way this world is set up, you're supposed to go to the police at that point, right? You're supposed to go to the police and report them and file a report of theft, show them the home video camera of them coming on your property and stealing your thing. And then you're supposed to sit back and let the court do its thing, run its course, right? Let the police go and do the investigation, charge him, right? Then you press charges, you go to court, then the judge makes a judgment to give you, now this person owes you back the value of whatever it is they stole, and then you're supposed to go on with your life. And that's really not satisfactory to you, right? And it really ain't what they deserve. They really got off light, right? Because what's supposed to happen is you saw them on your camera. They came on your property, violation number 1. They stole your shit, violation number 2, and then they bounced with it. You understand? The just thing, as far as the sun, moon, and stars is concerned, in my opinion, and I think it's in human nature, is you go directly to that person and y'all know what I want to say. You fucked them up for violating, for coming on your property, on your house, where your kids sleep, where your lady sleep, where you sleep, taking something from you. They deserve to have their head bust. And under the universal law, you would be all right. You would be in the right, because you would be defending yourself, right? But in man-made law, they come on your property, they steal stuff, they leave, and then you go and you bust them upside the head. You hurt him, you could get charged with battery, assault, which is prison time, and all that comes with that. It's a tough thing, because, the ego gets involved. you know, and then your manhood gets involved, and you get to the point that where you just, you know, some dudes get to the point that where they just be like, you know, fuck it. I'm going to do something to this motherfucker, man. You know? And you be in the right. You be in the right. But then at the end, you being the one sitting in the holding cell with a jumpsuit on, getting a tray, sleeping on a little mattress like this, right? Making collect phone calls to your daughter and to your son. You understand? And you was in the right. They stole from you. So it's a delicate situation, man. And I don't know what you should do. I don't know what you should do. You know, I can't tell you what to do, what not to do. I don't care what you do, what you know. I just know that for me, you know, I've learned, and it's uncomfortable, that at this stage of the game in my life, I can't afford to allow somebody else to pull me out of my tree and destroy my life. Malik, what up? Obadiah. You know, my mother passed. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Some of y'all might know if you saw it on my other page. About a year ago, my mother passed away on October 22nd. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Yeah, and I thought about all of that. Mask up, you know, but the camera game is so funky. You know, but hey, maybe you know, if you feel like you can get away with it, you know, you can. In your 20s, you know, you're looking at it different, you know, than when you're looking at it in your 50s. Because, you know, in your 20s, you know, you could go sit down for 18 months. You could go sit down for 2 years and come out and start all over. But at 52, and I got people depending on me, it's a little bit different. But anyway, you know, my mother passed. She had left a will for my son. She had left a will, leaving everything that she owned to my son, Lil Sean, the one y'all see in my videos. And before I could, what is that on my screen, y'all? Before I could get down to Georgia, and she even told me the name of the lawyer who did the will for her. But before I can get down there and take care of her business, somebody got the will and they ripped it up. So that my son, that what she wanted to leave my son, what my mother wanted to leave my son, didn't happen. Right? And I know this was a fact because she told me. My mother told me before she passed. She was calling me, asking me for Little Sean's social security, his date of birth, my address, and all of that. And she had told me I left a will with this attorney down there, Miss Booker. So I knew what it was. And I went down. I'm trying to call the lawyer on the phone. The lawyer's not answering none of my calls. The will is missing. My family, my biological family, because I don't consider anybody could be my family. Being related by blood just makes us relatives. It don't make us family. I am family with some dudes that I don't share any kind of blood relation with, but I know that I can trust them and they can trust me. So you could be more family with somebody who's not your bloodline than you could be with people that are in your bloodline. So they got the will, they ripped it up, they tore it up. The lawyer ended up being in bed with the other family members that stole the will. She never returned none of my calls. And it was my mother's brother who changed the beneficiary form on her insurance policy away from Little Sean to another cousin. And y'all, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Anger is a light word for what I felt. You know, I felt, number one, I didn't feel I was disrespected. My mother was disrespected. My son was disrespected. And I was disrespected. And on that alone, right, my masculine mentality and my jail mentality jumped right to the forefront and said, Sean, you can't let them get away with this. Somebody got to get fucked up. Somebody. So that they know not to play with you like that. And the sun, moon, and stars would have looked favorably on me. And I believe would have protected me in terms of my life. And I wrestled with it for days, for hours, for days, for weeks, and for months. What to do. And it still bothers me. Still to this day. Still to this day. Still to this day. That's my Instagram up on the top, y'all. At Gunby Publishing. Follow me on Instagram. I wanted to fuck somebody up, man. I swear to God, man. From the bottom of my soul. From the bottom of who I am. And they deserved it. And I know that my life would have been protected. I would have survived it. My physical life, I would have survived it. But I had to play the tape all the way through. And I couldn't ignore that I'm a convicted felon. I couldn't ignore that everything would have pointed back to me. They would have told, because this wasn't a street situation where I'm committing crime and the people I'm dealing with committing crime, and neither one of us can't go to the law because we both live in this life of crime. This wasn't that kind of situation. They were going to instantly call the police on me. Instantly. And I would be from New Jersey going down here to this country town in Georgia. And that wouldn't have been a good look. So I had to consider all of this. I had to consider like my anger. and where I was ready to take it to. Perhaps, you know. And I had to look at my son, and I felt like a punk, man. I felt like a punk, man. I felt like a chump, man. I felt like a sucker, man. I did. And sometimes to this day, I still do. But I had to let myself know, I had to have a conversation with myself and remind myself that I wasn't that I wasn't a punk, that I wasn't a chump, that I wasn't a sucker, because they didn't come and take it out of my pocket. Like how I'm standing here, you see this money right here? They didn't come to my person and go in my pockets and take it from me in my face and slap me and say, well, nigga, now what? And I didn't do nothing. They did it on the snake tip. That's how they got that off. So I had to, and I talked to my man I was in prison with. I called a lot of dudes I was in prison with. Dudes that I'm close to, that are more family than me, than these relatives. And they reminded me, and uniformly, most of them was like, Sean, you got to chill. One of them told me, said, man, let's look at this thing before you do anything rash. Let's look at this thing. Somebody who had lived that kind of life, who had taken life before. He said, Sean, man, let's. He said, man, he said, yeah, what they did is foul, man. What they did was wrong, man. But let's look at this thing before we do something rash. And that didn't make me feel no better. And I still was gonna make my move. But ultimately, after playing the tape all the way through, right, and me knowing how my mother felt about her grandson, which is my son, and that the number one thing she would want would be for me to take care of him. Because when I was in prison, I went to prison, Sean was 3.5. When I got out, he was 5. For the 15 months that I was in prison, my mother, and I didn't even ask her, sent little Sean's mother $9,600, $10,000 worth of support for the 15 months that I was away. So what is that? 8 times 6. That's about $600 a month. It's about, she sent him over $10,000, right? She adored, that was her favorite. My son, Lil Sean, he knocked me out the box and he became her favorite. And I know that, and it don't feel good, here she passes away. I go, and I was going to have to do something to a few people. It wasn't one person in particular. I go and do that. I end up back in prison. Sean is out here without a father, without her. You know, his life, it's just not a good look, man. It's just not a good look. And I had to look at the fact that, I have this brand, I have this channel, I got these books, I got this brand that I have that is my business. It sustains my life. This is how I support me and my son. That this is then all gone. And then I really look like, at the end of the day, yeah, I get my revenge. I bust a nigga all upside his head, right? But I'm sitting in prison 3 years, 5 years, or whatever the case may be, maybe life. How do I look then? Yeah, sure, man. He went down there, man. He got revenge, but where he at now? Oh, man, nigga gave a nigga 11 years. How old is he? 52. Oh, man, he ain't gonna get out till he's 61. That dumb motherfucker, man. He had the YouTube channel. That's what it would be. And I would be sitting in there. And one of the dudes that I did time, he said, Sean, you're gonna be sitting in there and you're gonna be thinking that you could have handled this a better way. And all that's been happening since that happened is I've just been growing. Good things have been happening to me. Good things are happening to my son. I mean, we here. I cooked him breakfast this morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm in his life. I'm picking him up in about 30 minutes to go to baseball practice. And the disrespect that I feel, it ain't went away. And I don't know that if I see one of them, if I may slap the shit out of one of them, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to keep living and you watch what happens. Because one thing is real about the universe is God don't like when you mess with old folks and kids, man. The sun, moon, and stars don't like when you mess with children and old people. If you're going to pick on somebody in your bracket, in your range. You don't take advantage of the weak, the innocent. And I already know I'm just going to sit back and what they did was seen. And they're going to have to pay one way or the other, whether it's through me or the sun, moon, and stars, or both. They're going to have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Terrell Gray Bills, I watched my mom's experience this. She got a left property while other family who wanted it didn't. True colors were shown after that. I never forget. Intermix, holding on to anger is like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. I just joined what was on the tape. I would have lost my mind picking up my son shortly too. Yeah, and I almost lost mine. But you can't, because when you lose your mind, that could cost you 20 years. You lose your mind and you kill somebody. If you get caught, you could get life. Is that worth it? That's like dudes who be married to a woman, be so in love with a woman, they find out she fucking somebody else. He kill her and the kids and himself. Was it really that worth it? You can't find another woman. There ain't no more kitty cat out here to get. You had to kill your kids too and her. Dudes find their wife cheating on them and kill his wife. And he goes to prison for 25 years. Now you got to fight for your life because you're going to a maximum security prison. You did this trauma to yourself. You got hurt by her. Then out of rage and anger and blindness, you kill her. Now you got to deal when you really settle down and start to think, now you got to grieve that and you got to be reliving that in a maximum security prison with predators and you having to survive that. Is it worth it? Now, if there were no laws, if there were no laws, right? If there were no laws and we lived in a society where the community, you got justice meted out to you based upon what you did, a lot of people wouldn't do the things that they do. You know? But we don't live in that kind of law. We don't live in that kind of society. We live in a society where the laws that we live under sometimes aren't right relative to what the crime was, or relevant to what the encroachment or the infringement, or what's the word I'm looking for? The transgression. You know, if somebody steals something from you, you should be able to go and cut their hand off. And everybody say, yep, that's right, you all right. And that's what you get. And you should be able to go on and live your life. So you serve the purpose of letting him know not to do that to you no more. But that ain't the kind of world we live in. You know, you cut his hand off, you know, you gonna get charged, even though you was right. And, you know, I know the people that did this, the relatives. I know they watch my page every day. They watch my videos. And they thought that maybe that was going to destroy me, right? Or was going to get the reaction out of me. They were going to set the trap, me come down there, do that. They call the police, I go to jail. Now they got an open buffet line with all of my mother's stuff. And I know that they come and they watch my page and they see, well, damn, this nigga didn't break him. I thought he would break a fold because of this. And they just see me growing and striving, you know. You know, that's a form of revenge. One form that I'm giving them. And perhaps maybe another form one day. We have to keep living. And then they have to live, their reputations are ruined because everybody knows what was done. I did several videos on it. Their reputation is ruined. John Pete, what up? You know, they ain't had a day's peace, and everybody knows that they a piece of shit. You know, and you can never live that down. Once something like that is on your jacket, once you known for being dirty like that, you can't shake that. You know what I'm saying? And then for the rest of their life, as long as I'm alive, they got to live with the thought like that nigga Sean is still alive and I did something against his mother and his son and he's still living. They have to go to sleep with that and live and wake up with that. Yeah.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
But the best thing that I could do, you know, good things are happening to me, man. I made some great connections yesterday. And, you know, I don't got that kind of shit on my mind. I don't got to go to sleep with something I did to my man and wake up tomorrow knowing that I did that to him. And everywhere I go, I'm in the grocery store, I'm in Rite Aid, I'm in CVS, I'm in Walmart, I'm in Walgreens, I'm looking around, I'm at the gas station. I don't got to live like that. My conscience is free. I'm free. You see, in the ancient Egyptian religion, there was something that was called Mayat, M-A-A-T. Yo, Ant, you still there? Quadrex, what up? There was something that was called Mayat. Mal, I had an experience today with an Whole Foods employee running his mouth about something I did accidentally. I stepped to him and verbally sparred with him. There's something that's called Mayat, right? That, hold on, y'all, I'm sorry about that. Trying to see who this is. That the pharaohs had to, before you can pass on to the afterlife, Adjuan the Great, condolences and respect to you, LaShawn G. I ain't never been through anything like this, but it's a situation anybody could learn from. There's something that's called Mayat, that when the pharaohs, when they died, before you can pass on to the afterlife, you had to go through Mayat, and you had to go through the balancing of the scales. You had to go through the balancing of the scales. And on one side of the scale, they put a feather. And on the other side of the scale, they put your heart. Check me out.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
And when they put your heart on the balance with the feather on the scale, it couldn't tip either way. It had to be a perfect balance. Your heart had to be as light as a feather, meaning that you had no prejudices, you had no grievances, you didn't have no stains, things on your heart that hardened your heart and make it way more than the feather. And if your heart didn't balance with the feather, Anubis, which was the jackal, would eat your heart and you had to go live again. I think there were 12 chambers you had to pass through, and you had to get through all of them and then put your heart on the scale with the feather. And if your heart balanced, then you could go on to the afterlife and you live forever. It's called Mayat, M-A-A-T. Look it up. I may be off with some of the things I'm saying, but you gonna get the gist of what I'm saying. The gist of what I'm saying is right. And I've been that kind of nigga, man. I lived the life in my 20s, you know, even into my 30s and 40s, where I did wrong to people. I fucked people over, and it always came back to me. Always. Somewhere down the line. And it was always worse than what I did. And I had to look and say, damn, man, maybe this happened because I did that. So me knowing that, me cognizant of that, I'm very careful with how I treat people, with the words that come out of my mouth, with the tone of the words that come out of my mouth. You know, like nobody can come up on me and just slap the shit out of me and I ain't gonna do nothing. You not gonna come up to me and put my hands on me and then I don't do nothing. Then I'm just gonna have to deal with the law. You understand? But if you over there talking and running your mouth and doing, yeah, okay, cool. But as long as you don't come and physically touch me or touch my son, you know, I can make it. Because this thing is about living another day. Hit that like button, y'all. It's 37 of y'all in here, man. Hit that like button. Retired maniac, stay strong, brother. Those PS will get what's coming to them in due time. Don't let them take you off your square. Exactly. Good, bad, and ugly. You got to take whatever came for you. Wow, thank you, Sean. I learned something today. Hit that like button, y'all. Turn it up. 18, I got 30, 35 of y'all in here. Y'all got to hit that like button. Thanks for the 5 people that gave me a thumbs down, man. Thank you, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know? So that's why, see, like in prison, in a jail situation, in prison, there's real justice there. There's real justice. There's real justice. There is no filing a report. There's no police car coming and taking a statement from you and taking a statement from the other person and then giving you a court date and you come and appear at the arraignment, you know, and then there's, you know, jury, there's none of that. If you steal something from somebody in there, you are going to get, your karma is going to come back to you instantly from the individual. And it could be the last time ever that you ever do anything to anybody. Nobody's coming to help you. Nobody's coming to save you. The COs don't care. There's no judge there. You're going to get dealt with immediately. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you don't see a lot of that. At least I didn't see that. I saw people would leave stuff out on their bed, food, their MP3 player or whatever, and nobody, new sneakers, nobody would touch nobody's stuff. That's called respect, because when something like that does go down and it's found out that you stole, that's going to be the end for you. That's going to be the end for you. Christian, what up? You know, that's why a lot of the stuff that go on out here would never go on in there. Because the retribution in the court system is with whoever you transgressed against. That's where you're going to get your justice from. You know, a lot of people do things and then they run and hide behind the law. That's what they do. They do wrong and then they run and hide behind the law to protect them from who they fucked over. You understand? And it seems like you lose, but let me tell you, when karma comes back around, it don't even necessarily got to come back to that individual. Sometimes it touches their family, their mother, their father, their kids, somebody close to them. something happens to them. You know, so their loss is usually greater. Eric, what up, man? Chile in the building. Hit the drums one time. There you go. Yeah. Do anything. Sean, what's up?
Astigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Astigmatism in my soul.
And see, y'all heard little Sean right there, right? On my intro. Lucky Marino, what's up, man? What you want to talk about, man? Give me a topic, man. Thank you for them. Thank you for that super chat, man. Shout out to Lucky Marino. Lucky Marino, give me a topic, man. Hey, Ant, you heard little Sean? All of y'all that's in here, all 35 of y'all in here. Y'all heard little Sean right there on that intro? Listen, this is my son right here.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
Right? Listen to what he say. Listen to what I taught him. Listen. Yeah. Watch him. Sean, what's up?
Astigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Do anything. These are the things I taught him, right? I go and break one of these niggas down, end up in the joint. You know, it's over for him. Now he's raised by his mother, no male figure. No, not his real father. You know, if she got involved with somebody else, some other dude got in his life, that dude would be giving my son his soul. Maybe molesting him, sticking his finger in his booty or whatever. I don't know, playing with his pee-pee or whatever. And I'm not out here for him to come and say, Daddy, he touched me, you know, I'm not out here to guide him. Because they stole this, right? Now look at this, let's take it a step further. Sean watches me do this YouTube channel. He watches me write books. He watches me do the, you know, my Patreon channel. And I can set him up. All of my stuff is trademarked. Stigmatism in my soul is trademarked. I own that. That Fair Look is trademarked. All my stuff is trademarked. My books are self-published. I own the rights. I own all my content. Everything you see on my channel, I got backup copies. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, he can take this content and do a documentary on calisthenics in New York in 2020, or documentary on my life, and he can use that money from the documentary to feed him and my grandkids. Right? I'm teaching them all of the game of how to make this YouTube thing work. He can start his own YouTube channel. I can help him start his own gaming channel. He likes to play the Fortnite. I can set him up with that, how to do that when I feel he's psychologically ready enough to be able to deal with the comment section. You know, I don't want to say, he wants me to set him up with that now, but I won't, because I want him to really grow up. I don't want him to grow up, you know, in front of a YouTube worrying about likes and, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for him to step into something, right? And what I learned after what was done to my mother, right? My mother's still teaching me, Sean, you see what happened to me. Learn from that and don't let it happen to you when it comes for my time to pass away. I got to make sure that it's a little tighter. You know what I'm saying? So that I really, everything does pass on to Sean without any bullshit going on. All right, Lucky Marino. Do karma last forever, or can I break the spell? I don't know. Lucky Marino, but when I stopped living foul, I used to live foul. Y'all know me now. I was a different person. I used to be a different person. When I was living foul, the karma never stopped because I continued to live foul, especially when I was getting high, selling drugs, jerking people, getting jerked, living that life. The karma never stopped. But when I waved my white flag, when I got in so much pain and I could no longer tolerate the life that I was living, Walter Boyd, hold on one second. And the universe broke me down, and my pain broke me down, and my mental anguish broke me down from my actions, and I was sick and fucking tired of being who I was. I was in so much pain of the life that I had built for myself. In and out of jail, drug addiction. When I got tired of that, and I got tired of living foul, and I said to myself, I said, God, I'm through. I can't live like this no more. I want to change. And when I changed, the karma went away. Because just like you put out bullshit into the universe, you're going to get back bullshit with mathematical exactness. If you put out good shit in the universe, you're going to get back good shit with mathematical exactness. You put out hatred, it's going to match you back. You put out love, it's going to match you back. So, Lucky Marino, when I stop fronting on me, when I stop sabotaging my success, when I stop destroying me, when I stop hurting me, when I stop mugging me, when I stop sticking myself up, when I knew, Sean, don't go do that. You know that shit ain't right. And I did it anyway. I got what I deserved. But when I started to listen, I said, Sean, man, don't go do that over there. Why not? Well, let's play the tape all the way through. You do that. Remember the last time you did that? You did that. Then that right there happened. And that could have happened. Remember, that could happen, but you got lucky. But that might happen this time. You might be all the way out the back door. Yeah, you're right. I ain't going to do that. When I began to exercise better judgment, the universe smiled more on me instead of frowning more on me. So I hope that answers your question. Walter Wickster Bowley, does your son like wrestling? Yeah, little Sean wrestled. He wrestled when I came home from the joint. He wrestled in 2018. And he run some matches. He wrestled in a couple tournaments. He won some matches. He lost some. You know, I wrestled in junior high school and high school. The majority of your championship MMA fighters all have wrestling backgrounds. So I wrestle with him. I teach him wrestling moves because I want him to be able to handle himself in case somebody grabs him. But yeah, he wrestled, and I'm going to get him back into wrestling and keep him involved in wrestling. You got it, Lucky Marino. Thank you for that super chat, man. Walt Wicks the Boyle, thank you for that super chat, man. Tariq, Shakir Akbar, Sean, did you great being true with yourself is what you, Sean, you did great being true with yourself is what allowed you to change. David Andrews, give me something, man. You done already supported the channel so much, man. Give me something. Give me a question or something, man. If you got a relationship issue, you don't know what to do, your self-esteem is low, you got a drug addiction problem, alcohol, whatever addiction, whatever you think, if I can help you with it, shoot me a $5 super chat and I'm going to deal with it to the best that I can. I hate like sitting here like telling y'all that like I'm begging for fucking $5 and shit. But motherfuckers are telling you, my own subscribers are telling people that follow me say, Sean, you should be charging for this. That's what they tell me for my content. That's what they say. So I'm gonna try. We'll see. If it don't work, it don't work. introspection when you was in the pen. What's the process? Man, David Andrews, man. Stizzy says, nah, not even, man. It's worth it. Introspection when you was in the pen. What's the process? David, man, I got there. I flew from Newark to West Virginia. I was a broken man. My psyche was destroyed. I didn't even know if I could come back, man. Y'all got to check me out. I'm not scared of y'all. Yeah.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
I was so broken. I was in so much pain. 45 years old, flying to federal prison from Jersey to West Virginia, a state I had never, ever been to. Lost $1 million, lost the $400,000 a year income, lost my house, the 9 rental properties I had, cars, everything. Custody of my son, lost everything, David. And I'm scared to death to go to prison. I'm nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof. I'm nervous. And I get there, I get processed in, and I go and I'm laying on my bunk. I finally get to sleep. I hadn't slept more than 5 hours in 3.5 years. I was in a depression. And I'm laying on my bunk, and I'm looking up at the ceiling. I'm like this. And the ceiling was right there. And I got up, I sat up in my bunk, and I looked around, and I see all these dudes walking around, other inmates I didn't know. And I looked, and I said, oh, man. Oh, man. What the fuck have you done? And I couldn't front on me no more, because in the street, I was able to front on me because of the kind of car I drove. I was able to front on me because I had a flat screen TV. I was able to front on me because I still had tailor-made suits in the closet. I was able to front on me because I had dope shirts with my monogram on them, silk ties, John Stone Murphy shoes. I was smoking $25 Macanudo cigars, Duke of York. I was able to front on me. I was still getting pussy. I was able to front on me. But when I was laying in that goddamn bunk in Girard unit at Morgantown, I couldn't front no more. My life was a car wreck. I had crashed and burned. And I couldn't front no more. And nobody in this place knew me nor cared whether I lived or died. David, that's introspection for your ass. And it was in that prison that I had a confrontation with me. And I told myself, I said, nigga, you got to change. The nigga that came in here can't leave up out of here, man. I'm not playing with y'all. The nigga that came in here cannot walk up out of here. You have to get rid of him.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
And that was the first time, maybe the second time, when I got clean from drugs and alcohol in 1990. I got clean. That was the one time I had to confront myself because I had to change. But this time here was more meaningful. And that's where I changed. And that's who you see now. That's where he was born. That's why I tell y'all, when you at your lowest, Y'all may be at a low point. And you just keep getting lower and lower and lower. That's the best place to turn it around. Success is right there next to you. And it's you that you gotta ask what's up to. You. And that's where that introspection came from, man. And that's where I started to come back, man. That's where I started to come back. My self-esteem started to come back. My confidence started to come back. My hope began to come back. My depression left. My loneliness left. My hopelessness left. And I began to breathe again. I began to believe again. I was talking to other niggas in there who took some of the same losses I took, bigger. $4 million, $8 million, $9 million, $19 million, $31 million, $80 million, $110 million, $250 million. These were the kind of numbers that I was talking to people that this kind of money that they lost. And they got 60 months, 120 months, 84 months. And they was talking like, yo, when I get out, I'm going to get it right back. And that's all I needed to hear. Sometimes you can draw strength from somebody else's strength. Yeah. Sometimes you could draw faith from somebody else's faith. Yeah. Sometimes I need to borrow your hope because I ain't got no hope. Yeah. Sometimes I need you to believe in me to give me the strength to keep going because I don't believe in me. Yeah. John, what's up?
Astigmatism, man, what's up?
Do anything. Tell him, Sean.
Do anything.
Do anything. Do anything, man. You could do anything, man. But you got to get out your own way. Move, motherfucker. Move out your way, man. Look at your life. You done did this shit, man. Nigga, you did this to yourself, man. Don't come on my platform with that shit. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Move out your way, man. Move. And let your real you come out. David, thank you, man. My man Stizzy, $3. Thank you for that super chat, Stizzy. Yo, Dear Blaze, you know I ain't playing with him, man. I feel like wrestling can quickly humble you, and the ego, I felt it strips you down all the way until you get pinned or you lose, and the time runs out. As a young athlete, losing for made me strain to win. YK strain that much harder next time. Yeah, I used to get pinned. When I wrestled, I used to lose. I used to pin people. I used to lose by points. I used to win by points. You know, wrestling is one-on-one. There's no team in wrestling. You out there on that mat by yourself for 3 periods, for 2 minutes. So, yeah. Yeah. But you can't let your losses rock you to the point to where, Quadrex, I see you, man. You can't let your... Stizzy, give me a topic, man. Thank you for the $3 super chat, man. You can't let, your losses rock you to the point, because we can allow our losses to rock us to the point to where we lose faith in ourselves, man, and that's not good. You know, we got to still keep going. You know? Wickster boy. I think I'm saying that right. But wrestling is a dope sport. Wrestling is a dope sport, man. You're talking about cardio game, man. You need cardio to wrestle, man. Anybody else, man? Ain't nobody got no relationship problems, man? You don't think Sean G can help you out? Y'all think, let me ask y'all, man. Y'all think I should keep going with this $5 thing or no, man? Because if y'all, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna be on here doing this shit if it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I felt it'd be something good though, you know, because it'd stimulate discussion. A lot of times, see, one thing I do know is that a lot of times a question I may have, if I'm in a classroom setting and there's 40 of us and I have a question, but I'm afraid to raise my hand, it's 8 other people in there with the same question. And they be so relieved when this one raise their hand and say, well, what about this? I don't quite understand that. And it'd be 7 other people be like, damn, I'm glad he asked that because I didn't understand it neither. And then they get with you after class and say, man, I'm glad you asked that question. You can never feel, don't never feel like you unique, that your problems don't nobody in the world understand. That's what I did. That's what kept me in my drug addiction longer than I should have stayed there. Because Big Willie style. Because I thought like, don't nobody understand. I'm the only motherfucker on the planet that feel like this, man. Fool them, devil. Fool them, devil. Wrong. There's nothing new under the sun. We've all had struggles. We all go through pain. You know, I know that the attractive way, the default way that we live our lives in this fake ass world is to appear that everything is great all the time. And no, you shouldn't walk around in a constant state of dejection, you know, constantly lamenting your problem. You should be working on your situation, but don't never feel like you ain't never supposed to feel pain, that you ain't never supposed to get hurt, that no woman ain't supposed to break your heart. Man, fool them, devil. Fool them, devil. If you a dude and you like women, man, the heartbreak is on the way. If you ain't had one yet, get ready for the get ready. It's coming. You just ain't had your turn yet. That's a part of the game. Getting played by a woman is a part of the game. Falling in love with a woman and being in love with her and she don't love you back is a part of the game. That's how you learn. Don't never feel like you ain't, you know, like something ain't never, that, you know, that, oh, that nigga there, he's so cool. He look like he's so cool that ain't never happened to him. That's why he's so cool, because he might have been through it goddamn 13 times. So he's super cool now. You got to learn. I done had my heart broke, man. Man, I had my heart broke, man. I was 21. Destroyed. Yes, she did. Yep. I had a broken heart, man. Yep. David Andrews, man. Anyone know how to change super chat currency to dollars? Yo, somebody help David Andrews out. David, thank you for that super chat, man. David, I think YouTube does the exchange, and I think they take something off the top. YouTube takes 30% of all my super chats. So if you super chat somebody $3, they take $1. So the person only gets $2. YouTube takes 30% of the super chat. And I think they do that. Primitive Training, what's up, man? My man from Spain in here. Yo, Juan, what up, man? They I think they charge for the transfer too. So, but it's all good, man. Whatever you could give, it's all, you know, it's all a plus for me. Thank you, man. You know, that's a part of growing up, man. But you don't let that stop you. You don't let that stop you neither, man. You know what I'm saying? You still got to take risks. You still got to take chances. You still get out here. You do your thing. You know, it don't never stop. You know? What else going on, y'all? What else going on? Y'all doing all right? Yo, make sure you follow me on Instagram. if you want to talk to me, if you don't feel comfortable talking here on this platform here, sign up for my Patreon channel, and me and you could rap one-on-one, man. We could rap one-on-one. Retired Maniac Sean talk about how prisoners come out more swole and bigger, better physiques than a lot of dudes on the streets, overtraining, etc. Retired Maniac, you got to give me a 5 spot for that, man. I'll go into that in great detail. You might be able to catch me on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But right now, we're doing Mentorship Monday, man. So I can't answer a question for you and you not pay the 5, and I've answered questions for other people and they've paid the 5, and I haven't answered anyone else that didn't pay the 5. So we got to keep integrity, got to stay intact, man. If I say I'm going to do something, that's what the fuck it is. Just like we're going to do this juice fast starting on Friday. If you're getting down with me with the juice fast, get down with me on Friday. We taking off. You understand? We taking off on Friday. But I done did a lot of videos on that, Retired Maniac. Isaac, what up, man? What's going on, man? Isaac in the building. Mentorship Monday, y'all. We here. We here. I went and got my juices yesterday. Make sure you here Friday, man, at 12 noon. I'm gonna go live at 12 noon, and I'm gonna post in the community section on this page. I'm gonna post one of the flyers I've been putting on my Instagram, and we're gonna use that as our vlog board. All right, David, peace, man. Thank you, man. Where we can share, you can interact with each other about how you're, doing with the fast and, what you're having problems with. And, so because we all going to do this together. We all going to do this together. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna shut it down, man. I gotta get ready to go get Sean from school, man. It's like 2:30. He got practice at 4. So I'm gonna get ready to go get him. And we're gonna do that. Let me see how many. All right, not bad. So we here, man. I want to appreciate everybody for coming through, man. I holler at y'all. Thank everybody that super chatted, participated in the Mentorship Monday. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, man, you understand, I might not do it no more, but I might. Maybe it's just the first day. Maybe I'll try it for a couple of days. And if it don't do nothing, then I'll shut it down. Pasha Blaine, what up, man? Did you get your stuff yet? Shout out to my man, Pasha Blaine, man. Did you get your volume 3? All the stuff is out, man. Everybody's stuff got mailed out, man. Shout out to my man Gerardo down in New Mexico, man. Bernardo. He bought the book. I put the wrong address on the label. So they might be sending it back, man. Cedric Webb, what up? Yo, Ant, what up, man? We got to talk, man, because I got to get back with you, man. I want you to keep trying, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that CDL. And I want to see that bank account grow. And I want to go see you buy your own box truck, man. Get your own authority and start going down there on Market Street and First Street, picking up them loads, man. Going to Jersey City, picking up them loads in your box truck, going to Patterson, picking up them loads. You got your own logo on the side of your truck, man. 973 Lit Trucking, LLC. That's what I want to see. Don't quit. Don't give up. You just a little slip. That's all. That's what happens sometimes. We slip and fall. You slip and fall, you get back up. That's a part of the game. Don't feel embarrassed. My man Ant talk about how important it is to wait your turn and not feel discouraged. No. Shout out to my man Ant. Look at the content that I put out, and look at the work that I put in, right? YouTube shadow banned my big page, right? I'm stuck at like 81,000 subscribers. I should be at 200,000 subscribers on my big page. All the other calisthenics channels that I was destroying 2 years ago, they all done passed by me, right? They making more money than me. YouTube has restricted my earnings on that page. I got discouraged. You understand? Because I know that my content is the best. You understand? And I know where I should be, right? But what did I do? I started the Patreon, right? I started the podcast with Soul. I'm gonna start another one. Y'all want to ban that one? Okay, fine. You know. So I kept moving. I could have said, man, fuck this YouTube shit. But it's subscribers out here that follow me, man, that I don't know why these people DM me all the time on Instagram about how I'm changing their life. I don't even be knowing these people, man. They text me from all over the world, man. All over the world. Ghana, Africa, Kenya, South Africa, London, Portugal, Greece, Germany, Australia, Hong Kong, Spain, Tunisia, California, Texas, Chile, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Trinidad, Jamaica, all over. Sean, you helped me so much. Because of you, I'm doing this. Because, you know, and that be what fills my cup up. You understand? And lets me know that what I'm doing ain't for nothing. Right? But I get discouraged, nigga. You gonna get discouraged. You gonna get discouraged, and you're gonna get discouraged. But let that discouragement push you and move you. Let that pain push you. And look at the part that you played in that discouragement. Man, what could I did better, man? Damn, I could have did that better. Oh, man. I wasn't supposed to do that, man. I was supposed to do that. All right. I'm 29 years old. Okay, so I'm allowed that mistake. I'm 52 years old. This is my first time doing this. I'm allowed that mistake. And let that make you go back. Let that discouragement make you go back and reassess your performance. Yeah, you should go look right in the mirror, right? And still keep it coming. You got to be telling yourself, my best days are in front of me. My turn is coming. And when my turn come, I'm not going to fuck it up and make a stupid ass decision like I did that time. When my turn come, goddamn, I'm going to choke it. I'm going to grab it by the throat. You know? But, and then look at how do you think I feel, right? That's one instance. You know, I come on this YouTube, I give y'all my soul, right? I fill cups up. When you come on my channel, you listen to me, I fill your cup up. There's some other YouTube channels out there that have absolutely no substance, and they blow your candle out, and they misinform, and they misguide, and they give wrong impressions. and they talk about trivial matters and they get 300,000 views. Crazy amount of subscribers. Don't you think sometimes I look and say, man, you know, my content ain't for the YouTube. You know, the nigga buffoonery, the nigga shit is what gets the most. You know, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, Fat Joe and paperwork, and get 50,000. You know, let's talk about rats. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Meaningless in terms of salving and healing the soul, strengthening the youth. I'm coming for the 20-year-olds. I'm coming for y'all. So you don't think I get discouraged? But I know that I'm putting out good stuff, so good stuff is gonna come to me. And that my turn is coming. And it was shown to me again this weekend, man. It was shown again to me this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, talk about how important it is to wait your turn and not feel discouraged, man. Yeah. No, you're gonna feel discouraged. That happens. Stop thinking that, you know, all these niggas feel discouraged, man. You name them, from goddamn Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry, you know, Muhammad Ali. They took his belts, man. He was the world champ. He was the world champ in his prime. He was 25 years old, the champion of the world. They told him he was too stupid to go to the army. He couldn't pass the army test. After he became the heavyweight champ, they retested him again and told him he qualified. When he converted his religion, then he told him, so man, I ain't going to fight. I'm not going over there, man. And he didn't go. They took all of his titles, all of his money. He was flat broke. This was the prime of his life. They took his visa, his passports. Other kings, other leaders around the world wanted him to come and do exhibitions in Saudi Arabia, all those Arabic countries. They were going to pay him millions. The United States took his visa and his passport, couldn't leave the country to go get the money. He went broke. Muhammad Ali. But he stayed true to who he was, and history vindicated him. And look at how he's looked at today. Look at how he's looked at today. Yeah, so everybody gets discouraged, man. That's a part of the game. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Pasha Blaine, Primitive Training. Appreciate y'all, man. So, Hank, just get back up, man. Get back up. Get back up, man. Get back up. You don't think I felt discouraged when I lost $1 million, nigga, at 40? Huh? You think I enjoyed, you think I threw a party? Nigga, I was down. You got it. You gonna make it, man. Take your time and slow your mind down and stop comparing yourself to this one and that one. They gonna see it. They gonna see it. You got it, man. They gonna see it. You just keep getting up, correcting your mistakes. Take it easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Beat yourself up. Beat yourself up. And then stop beating yourself up and get back on the horse. Yeah, you struck out 2 times. You struck out in the first inning. You struck out again in the 4th inning. And then you come up in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and you hit a double in the gap. You clear the bases, y'all win the game. Does anybody think about the 2 times you struck out? No. But you struck out twice and had 1 hit. It's the way it go, man. Yeah, man. Don't compare yourself to other people, man. You understand? Don't compare yourself to other people. You know, because you don't know what they got going on. They could be stealing, they could be molesting people. They could, you know what I'm saying? They could be Cedric Webb, man. Cedric Webb in the building. They could be driving in this Benz. They could be living in this house, but they stole that money. And they have to live every day wondering when the phone call gonna come or when the Fed's gonna come. It looks like happiness to us, but they on anxiety medication. Right? A lot of these famous people, they can't sleep. That was Michael Jackson's biggest thing. I can't sleep. These big time movie stars, actors, man, they got so many things going on. They got all of this money, but they got 4 lawyers going on 4 different cases, 3 cell phones that ring 51 times a day each. They got 11 appointments. They can't sleep. Some of them ain't slept in 3 days. But we see them on TV. We see them on the private jet. And that's when they like, yeah, look at me on my But after the video stop, they be toe up. They wish they could just get a good night's sleep. Cedric Webb, man. Sean, tell us about delayed gratification and the potential benefits. Cedric, man, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for the super chat. Delayed gratification. You putting in work. You putting in work on something. When I started my first YouTube channel, Cedric, when I started the first YouTube channel, not this one, the other one, it took me a year to get 1,000 subscribers to have my page monetized. I put up a video and get 8 views. And 2 of them were me looking at the video twice myself. And I was going to all of these parks. I was filming all these people. I was putting these videos up. And I knew my content was money. But it just wasn't happening. I wasn't getting no traction. And I got to 250 subscribers and stayed stuck there like 3 months, almost quit. Then I ran to 750 subscribers, stayed there like 2 weeks. Almost quit. And then I hit 1,000 subscribers. And I started to get a little traction. And then I think I ran my page up. I had about 4,000 subscribers. I had a whole bunch of videos up, but none of them was raising hell. None of the videos were really raising hell. And then I happened to do a video over in Wingate Park in Brooklyn with Red Shot, Black Star, Red, Earthman. And that video, this is probably a year and a half after, maybe 2 years after I put my page up. I put that video up, and that video did 25,000 views in a day. It did 100,000 views in a week. And I think I hit 1 million views in a month. And that video blew my page up. And my subscribers went up. My money, my check from YouTube went up, from Google. And when people came to see that video, then they started clicking around my catalog and looking at other videos. And then all of those views went up. And then I was established. But it took like 2 years, man. It took like 2 years, man. So that's like delayed gratification. And then after that, every video I would put up would do numbers. I would put up a calisthenics video. It would do like 1,000 views in an hour. You know what I'm saying? Delayed gratification with a honey. You got this fly ass honey, man. You want to hit that, her body banging. You can't wait to tax that ass. Can't wait. But she playing cat and mouse. She catty. You call her, she don't call back. You texting, sometimes she texts back. Then sometimes you get on the phone, y'all talk an hour on the FaceTime. Then you call her back, she don't answer. She stay missing 2-3 days, and you be like, man, damn. But you put in your mind like, man, I'm getting this, man. I'm getting this pussy, man. And you put that in your mind. And you be like, all right, I'm going to do this here, I'm going to wait. Man, I'm going to wait. And then eventually, by you being cool and chilling, like Matt Dillon, ain't robbing, ain't stealing, you finally get it one day and you hit it. Weeks later, months later, year later. I done waited 3 years for some kitty cat. Get him, Sean. I done waited 3 years. Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Astigmatism, man.
Do
What's
anything.
up? Do anything.
Cedric, I waited 3 years for some kitty cat, man. And I got it. And after I got it, now I can get it whenever I want it. I ain't got to wait 3 more years, man. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. Cedric Webb, I started my tax business. John M. Yo, Sean, thanks for the continued motivation. Can you speak on the process and the learning lessons dealing with your legal troubles and whether it was all worth the money you made? John M., this is a $5 Monday. This is Mentorship Monday. Every question that I've answered, somebody has super chatted me $5, so I can't answer your questions unless you super chat me because I got to keep the integrity intact. That's what I said I'm going to do. That's what it's going to be. So if you want me to address that, you got to super chat me $5 on today. Maybe you catch me tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I might be able to do it. Cedric, I started my tax business, delayed gratification, in 1999. I quit my corporate job. I was 30 years old. I was 30. I was making $72,000 a year in 1999. And I started my tax business. The first year I did taxes, I did 19 tax returns, man. I was going to people's houses, picking up their W-2s, bringing them back to my house, doing them, then driving them back to their house, and then driving back home. I think I was charging like $75. I did 19 returns the first year. By the time, and I kept going every season. When the next season came around, I would start calling my clients, the 19 that I did, I would start calling them on the phone in December. I would get the number, I would call them and say, yo, you coming back? I'm going to do your taxes again this year. Yeah, Sean, we're going to come back to you. And I would do that every year. In December, I would start calling my clients, sending them letters, making sure that they knew I was still in the game. In January, don't go nowhere else but come to me. I moved that tax business from there to a real estate office when I got my real estate license in like 2003. It grew some more. And then it finally grew. I got my office space in 2005. 2005. Chavez, what up, man? And my business had grown to where I was able to pay my mortgage on my house and pay the rent, the lease for the office space. And I had enough money left over. I got to go pick up Sean from school, y'all. This is my last one. This was 2005. By 2009, Cedric, I was doing $200,000 a month doing taxes in the month of February alone. February was a $200,000 month. My bank account would have 200 grand in it in 1 month. I had about 1,700 clients. How many clients I had? About 1,300 clients in 17 different states. People used to fax me their stuff, email me their stuff. Delayed gratification. Yes, there were times in the beginning, man, yo, this tax shit ain't gonna work, man. You stupid for quitting that job, Sean. You was making something, nigga, you dumb. You was making 72 grand a year, man, at 30 years old in 1999, and you quit to come and do taxes to make $4,000 in a year? But I just kept going. I kept doing it. And that tax business helped me become a millionaire. And I got my real estate license. I traded in the stock market and I became a millionaire. Delayed gratification. You got to keep, it's not easy in the building process, you know. And I just didn't give up. Cedric. And the potential benefits are limitless. From that tax business, I flew to Africa. I went to Egypt. I went down to Brazil. I traveled the world. I wore nice clothes. I drove nice cars. I lived the life of no financial worries. That's a great way to live when you wake up and you don't have no financial problems. But I would create other problems with my greed and my women, right? I was out of shape, fat and all that. I created other problems, but financially, I had no problems. I could go to the airport. I could be driving around New Jersey and decide I wanted to fly somewhere. Drive my car to Newark Airport, park it in short-term parking, no bags, I didn't pack nothing, pay for the flight right on the spot, fly to wherever I wanted to go to the store when I got there, buy me some drawers, socks, shorts, sweatsuit, get a hotel, hang out, suck, fly back, get in my car, that's potential benefits. But I was dumb. I was reckless. I was reckless with my money. That's why I lost it. Because a fool and his money will soon be parted. I was dumb. But I'm going to get it back, though. And it's going to be, Cedric, when I get it back? Delayed gratification. Yeah. Sean G, I'm out of here. Y'all got to go get Sean from school, man. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man. What's up?
Do anything.
Do anything.
Y'all got to go, man. Thank everybody for supporting me on Mentorship Monday. I think we're going to keep this going, man. John M., I see you, man. Wolf of Wall Street story. All right, I see you, man. Yo, Stizzy, man, all love. Brooklyn in the house. Summer Street, all that. Primitive training over in Spain. Shakir. My man Cedric Webb. Priest to you, homeboy. Pasha Blaine, Canada. All that. The whole crew in here, man. David Andrews over there in Europe somewhere. Wixter. Appreciate you, Wixter. Dia Blaze, Baltimore, Maryland. Lucky Marino, thank you, man. Christian, all y'all. Tariq over there in the Netherlands. Peace out, y'all.